G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. How are we all doing on this fine afternoon? It is lovely and sunny and we are cruising along. But today's topic is a little bit more on the serious side. So if you're new around here, g'day, my name's Nathan. Subscribe if you're enjoying the content, because we're trying to grow this channel out here so we can get opportunities to do more cool things. And comment down below and all that stuff if you're enjoying and talking and whatnot. And also join the Discord. Anyway, without further ado, enough of my advertising. Ladies and gentlemen, I thought I'd take the time today to talk about a thing with riding that typically leads to colossal accidents and or worse, alright? A lot of riders might tackle with this early, or some of them don't tackle with it at all until something bad happens, okay? And of course, the issue I'm talking about is ego riding, okay? Ego riding, it happens to us all at some point. You're in your feelings, you're feeling cocky, you're feeling good, and you're riding faster and beyond your limits. It happens very early in a lot of learner riders, because obviously it doesn't take much to get decent at riding a bike. Great, immediately smacked in the face with a bug. Right in my vision. You can learn how to ride a bike in an afternoon and you might find yourself riding fast in a week or two because it just feels easy. But guess what? That is a surefire way to end up stacking it in the twisties, because riding fast in a straight line is easy. Riding fast around corners is not so much, especially when it starts becoming into the more dangerous things, where things start jumping out in front of you, or things like stuff like the unexpected happens, okay? It's a lot easier to do it when there's no obstacles, but when there's obstacles that start popping up, you might find yourself stressing and not knowing how to handle them. So the point I'm asking is, say there's a kangaroo or a deer that jumps out in front of you, how good's your emergency braking? A car comes into the wrong lane, you're not really prepared for it, how good's your ability to swerve? How good's your counter steering? So ego will take over, and then you'll find that these people ride too fast for how good they can ride, and then end up either stacking it, falling off, low siding, worse, high siding, or even worse than that, hurting themselves, or, you know, doing the big sleep. So we're sort of trying to talk about trying to register how you could get to the point where you recognize your ego riding, because it's a lot easier to know when you are doing it if you're paying attention. So ego riding typically comes, like I said, it's usually in the newer riders that do such things, not so much in the experienced riders as much, but obviously it happens to them just as well. It's more so you can notice it if you're riding in a situation where you're riding with a bunch of guys who are much faster than you, all right? You might find yourself being like, it's just riding, it's not that hard, I can handle this. And of course, you ride faster than you're capable, and then you take a corner a little bit too spicy, and then you high side, and then you get thrown off a cliff, you know? It's not unheard of. In fact, I know people have had that very thing happen, not so much the flying off the cliff part, but high siding because they're riding beyond their limits. And it's unfortunate, but it happens. So, oh, there's a police in front of me. Just got to be careful, dude. It's not rocket science to know when and where to do your intense riding. And if you're not comfortable in certain things, or you think you know more than you do, give yourself a test and test how good your slow riding is, how good your emergency braking is, and it really tests your knowledge of counter steering. So I've talked about it before. Counter steering is easy, all right? You push right to go right, push left to go left, and pull right to go, you know, right, to go left, sorry. Because obviously, when you're thinking about turning, this makes you think going that way, but when you're going fast, doing that makes you go that way, all right? So if you're not ready and your ego is taking over, you might panic, and then a car comes out and you go to swerve, and then bang, you slam into the front of the car and have a bad day and your bike's totaled. So ego riding, very bad. Two police. I wonder why. Oh, but ladies and gents, I'll tell you what, if you're just doing highway pulls with your boys, it's a lot easier, I'd say, to get into your ego riding territory than otherwise, because you're just going straight, and it's, what's the game? I'm just going in a straight line. But people, that's when it's a lot easier to lose focus of what's happening, and someone will turn in front of you, or someone will change lanes into you, and you're not really expecting such things. Oh, that's a really dull indicator. My boy, be careful. So if you're a highway bro and you just want to go fast in straight lines, careful. That's when your ego riding will probably claim you the most, because you're going a lot faster, you're going straight. People are obviously not looking out for a guy going 160 miles an hour behind them, or 300 kilometers an hour, whatever your metric is. And look, I get it. It's fun to go fast, but it's also very easy for the fast to go wrong, and no matter how good you think you are at riding, because just because you watch someone on the YouTubes do it, or TikTok, they've already done it. Obviously nothing went wrong because I posted about it, but you might try it and be like, ooh, that car's coming awfully changed. What if they changed last second without an indicator, dude? All right, that's the thing you gotta be careful. So sometimes it's easier to sit there and swallow your pride, and also, you know, take a step back and really delete your ego. And I'm not saying take some mushrooms and have an ego death, although that might help you. But just relax, yeah? Because when you're riding like a hero all the time, and you're really cocky about it, your lane's splitting at 1,000 kilometers an hour, you're fucking swerving in and out of traffic, you're trying to get knee down on every possible instance of road, that's when you have to be careful and sort of take a step back and realize, this might end horribly if I continue down this path. And often it doesn't, but that's the issue. You get complacent in the fact that you haven't hurt yourself, and then you probably lead yourself to an eventual accident. That's why that saying, I'm going to say it again, I've said it 1,000 times, but there's old riders and bold riders, but there's not many old and bold riders. There's a nice CBR 650 over there. I like that. And I feel like I'm beginning to sound like a stuck record on that thing, but hey man, a safe rider is a long riding rider. In most cases. Obviously, not everything can be avoided. And obviously, you might have an accident that's not your fault, no matter how safe you're being. So, it's about risk mitigation and all that good stuff. So try to keep yourself safe. Try to get out of your head, because everyone thinks they're Rossi when they're on the road, but some people end up turning like Marquez, but then also falling like Marquez. The difference is Marquez falls in a very controlled environment. You're falling off into guard, barriers and sticks, and if you go off the bike and you fall down and the stick goes through your thigh, I'm sure you're not going to have a great time. You know what I mean? So let yourself ride to your own ability. Don't get influenced by other riders. It's very easy to be like, well, they're popping wheelies, let me try pop a wheelie, then you loop your bike. Or they're going 150 down this road and you're like, it's a 60 mile an hour zone, 100 kilometers an hour zone. I'll be sensible. No, but they're speeding, I guess I'll speed with them. And then there's a corner that you don't know how to brake for, and you brake wrong and you fly straight, or you go wide and you low side. You know what I mean? There's a million factors like that. So really take a step back when you do go for a ride. Don't be influenced as best you can by other people. Try not to ride stupid just because they're riding stupid. And also, dude, ride within your means. When I go on group rides, I typically ride at the back because I have no issue being the slower one. It's not that I'm a slow rider. I've definitely ridden fast with my boys and been the fastest one of the group, even on the Rebel. So I can ride hard if I want to. And yes, I know some people are going to laugh at me, like, oh, you're riding hard on a Rebel, mate, relax, yeah? But I'm telling you, you don't always have to bloody send it at Mark Jesus to have a good time. You can have a slow ride and have a great time, but obviously there's other factors. Ugh. One last point, if you are riding within your means, you know what else you tend to avoid? Getting fined and losing your license. Now, I don't know what the speeding fines and that are in America, but I know in Victoria, if you go 25 kilometers over the limit, you lose your license immediately. I think it's straight up for like a year or something. I don't know, but it's just immediate loss of license and a big fine. So, hey man, I ain't going to tell you what to do because I've ridden stupid as well, and it's fun. So if you like riding and risking it, go for it. I ain't going to be the guy to tell you to stop. I'm just saying there are things you can avoid slightly. So that's pretty much it. Try to ride within your means. Try not to get influenced too much by dipshits. Ride safe. Be careful. All that usual mumbo jumbo you hear us biker boys and that talk about on YouTube. Obviously, it depends who you're following. I'm trying to be a good boy, but I do not know if I am doing it right. Hopefully I am. But if you enjoyed, ladies and gentlemen, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe if you're new around here, because you will have my eternal gratitude. But without further ado, take it easy, keep it cheesy, do ride safe and sound, my child, and peace, bye!